On August 16th, two Canadians, John Greyson, an award-winning filmmaker, and Tarek Loubani, an emergency doctor, were arrested in Cairo. Today is day 27 of their imprisonment. We have an interview with Justin Podur, their mutual friend and emergency contact. So, Justin, thank you very much for having us today. I just wanted for us to get a little introduction from yourself. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm Justin Podur. I'm a professor in environmental studies at York University. I'm a friend of Professor John Greyson, who also works at York University at the Department of Film, and also a longtime friend of Dr. Tarek Loubani, who I've known for about 11 years now.
So, could you tell us a little bit about what you know and what happened? How did they get arrested and whatnot?
Sure. So on August 16th, Tarek and John were traveling to Gaza. Tarek goes to Gaza frequently as part of an academic collaboration between his university, the University of Western Ontario, and the biggest hospital in Gaza, which is the Al Shifa Hospital. What he's tried to do recently is get other kinds of academics involved. So he suggested to John Greyson, who's this very artistic filmmaker who works on social and politically themed films, to say, why don't you come to Gaza and film, at the hospital and film in Gaza and see what comes of it. And John said, yeah, that's great. So they went on August 15th to Cairo because the only way into Gaza right now is through Egypt. There's no other option. You can't fly to Gaza airport it's been bombed and closed long since. You can't go through Israel anymore. That border is closed. So Egypt is the only option. If you want to go to Gaza, if you want to do medical work, whatever you want to do, you have to go through Egypt. So they went to Egypt, but Egypt was in the grip of unrest. It still is. But at the time were some of these massive demonstrations. People were being killed. Many people were being arrested. So the border was closed. They couldn't go. They stayed in Cairo. And they ended up going out. We still don't know all the details because I have not communicated with them. None of us have been able to communicate with them directly, only through consulars. But we know that they ended up out after curfew. They walked into a police station on August 16th, and they were out. They were trying to figure out how to get back to their hotel, and then they were arrested. So I got this phone call on August 16th at 4 p.m. my time, 10 p.m. Cairo time, and it was just Dr. Tarek Loubani. Tarek said, we're being arrested. It's the Egyptian police. And that was, until we spent the next 2 days trying to figure out where they were. And eventually a lawyer from Human Rights Watch contacted the Canadian embassy, and we figured out where they were. And it turned out they were in Torah prison. And they've been in that prison ever since. So it's like day 25, 26 now. 27, actually. Day 27 today.
Right. Do you know anything about the conditions of their imprisonment?
A little bit. We know they're in a cell with like 38 or so other people. There's one tap for water. There's one toilet. So there's a lot of, apparently it's reasonably well organized. A lot of the other people detained with them were detained apparently in similar kind of circumstances. So there are a lot of ordinary people in prison with them. So there's apparently like a forklift operator, another doctor, another professor. So they're in with a bunch of ordinary people. They're doing well, but again, like being in a cell with 40 people in it and one tap and one toilet is not a good situation.
And what have you been doing to garner support so far?
Well, the greatest garnerers of support are John and Tarek themselves. So John is this, really respected filmmaker. And then on the Tarek side of things, we have doctors, the emergency physicians, people from Doctors Without Borders, the Canadian Medical Association. I think the American Medical Association has spoken out. So all these doctors who are saying, if Tarek we still don't know the facts, but if Tarek was out on the street treating people, that's a medical decision, and that's what doctors are supposed to do. It doesn't mean that he's politically supporting one faction or another. Like, that's not what Tarek is about. And likewise, if John was filming something, it's because he's a documentarian, he's a storyteller, and those activities should be protected. So we have huge support, and that's nothing that we tried to garner. That's just something that happened because these guys are both such, important and beloved figures in their communities.
So tell us, what exactly can we do to support?
We've got everybody sign the petition, so you probably already signed it. Lots of people, I'm hoping your viewers sign it. But then once you've signed the petition, we have a way of getting in touch with you as well. So if there are things we're asking supporters to do, we've asked supporters in the past to contact the Egyptian embassy in Ottawa, to contact the Egyptian consulate in Montreal. And Montreal, there's a consulate in Montreal, and there's a lot of supporters in Montreal. So you might be seeing us in Montreal sometime in the next couple of weeks.
Perfect. Thank you so much. The Toronto International Film Festival has held a press conference to raise awareness for Tarek and John's case. Many high-profile Canadian filmmakers, such as Sarah Polley and Adam McGoyan, were present to show their support at the press conference. Moreover, a letter of support for Tarek and John was signed by 311 major cultural and academic individuals, including Alice Munro, Ben Affleck, Charlize Theron, Alec Baldwin, and many, many more. The conference generated lots of media interest nationally and internationally, with coverage from CTV News, CBC, Globe and Mail, and various other media stations. For more information, or to lend your support, visit tarekandjohn.com.